There's not much to do.
I think a lot of you guys are practicing your own bridal makeup for your wedding because of everything that's been going on. It's been really crazy. So I decided to create a video and share some tips and tricks that might be helpful for you.
You're not here. It's been way too long.
Before I jump in, I think it's really important you feel like yourself on your wedding day. So regardless of what I do on this video, if it doesn't make you feel good or it doesn't fit your style, it's okay not to follow it. Make sure to stay true to yourself and do what makes you happy and comfortable. So we want everything to look flawless, and I think in order to achieve that, you have to give an extra time for skin preparation. So we want to create a very nice canvas before applying anything onto our face. I'll just leave this face mask for a few minutes and moisturize my lips. This is also the perfect time for you to relax before starting your makeup. Once we're done with the face mask, I'm just going to massage the remaining residue and proceed to eye cream. For extra hydration, we're going to add a moisturizer all over our face. So the next step is perhaps the most important, it's a primer. Primer will create a barrier between your skin and the foundation, which is preventing your skin to react with your natural oils. So if your foundation usually oxidizes, make sure not to skip this step. For foundation, try to find a foundation that matches your skin tone. In this case, I'm mixing this 2 foundation from Makeup Forever and do a little swatch test on my jaw area. You know, it's a perfect match when you can't see the foundation and it looks more of your skin. For application, I'm using this smaller brush to reach those small areas of my face. I'm also using this to focus on areas that need more coverage. Now I'm using a stippling brush for areas that need less coverage. And using the same brush, I'm just going to blend everything out. For our next step is the corrector and concealer. So I'm just going to use this speech correcting concealer for my dark circles. I'm using a small detail brush so I could reach those small areas. As you notice, I'm just using a very gentle dabbing motion because the skin underneath the eyes are very delicate. Next is spot concealing. As a makeup artist, less is generally more, so spot concealing is very important. In this process, you need a tiny brush with a tip small enough to cover the tip of each spot. So this process might be time consuming, but it's worth the painstaking precision. And lastly, I'll use a concealer that is 1 or 2 shades lighter to brighten some areas of my face that I want to accentuate. Usually I focus on the center of my face, down the nose, my forehead, and also my chin area. So I'm just going to blend everything out using a stippling brush again. So after this, I'm just going to set everything with a loose translucent powder to mattify the skin. Time for shading or contouring. For me, bridal makeup should be natural, so try to avoid dark bronzers to avoid aggressive contoured lines. For shading, I'm using these 2 shades. First, the lighter one for a subtle finish. This will define some natural features of my face. Next, I'm using this 1 shade darker to define the areas that needs more contour, in this case, the hollows of my cheeks. And also my chin area. For nose contouring, I believe we contour our nose differently, but I usually start at the brow bone area and work downwards. For highlighter, I'm just going to use a very subtle highlighter. This one is not too bright, but it will add a little glow on my skin. Now we're done with the face, let's proceed to my favorite part, the eyes. Now I'm using concealer as my base to create a very nice canvas for my eye makeup. I'm just going to set that with powder before I proceed to eyeshadow. So for this natural look, I'm just going to use neutral shades for the eyes. Using a taupe color, I'm just going to use that to contour my eyes. This will also serve as my transition color. And using a blending brush, I'm just going to blend all the harsh lines. With a crease eyeshadow brush, I'll use this very nice warm tone dark plum matte eyeshadow for the outer corners of my eyes. Using a clean blending brush, I'm just going to blend all the harsh lines. Next, I'm going to use a satin peach eyeshadow all over my lid. From the same palette, I'm just going to use this champagne color to add a subtle sheen at the center of my eyes. So I'm going to use this warm tone dark plum matte eyeshadow again to define the outer corners of my eyes. And using the same shade, I'm just going to add that at the lower lash line. Using a waterproof eyeliner, I'm just going to tightline my eyes and keep my eyeliner as thin as possible. Now I'll give my lashes a nice curl and we'll proceed to false eyelashes. For false eyelashes, please choose something that will define your eyes. Make sure to buy an extra so you could practice wearing it before your wedding day. Now it's time for mascara. This is the part where you're going to combine your false eyelashes to your original ones. Make sure it's all combined and don't forget your lower lash line. To define the eyes a bit more and to make my lashes look thick and fuller, I'm just going to tightline the outer corners of my lash line. Going back to the palette, I'm just taking this white shimmery eyeshadow to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. This will also give a pop of color and also give an illusion that I have a bigger eyes. And because this is a very natural look, I want my eyebrows not too dramatic or too dark, so I just like to fill in some gaps and give it more a polished look. So I'm just going to use a concealer to clean the edges and after that, set it with powder. I'm just going back to add a little more highlighter at the inner corner of my eyes. To set my eyebrows, I'm using an eyebrow mascara. This also keeps my eyebrows in place so it won't move throughout the day. To add some pop of color, I'm just going to add some blush. So I'm just going to place that slightly higher at the apples of my cheeks. This will give an illusion that I have a slimmer face. So for the lips, I'm just going to use 3 products. First, I'm going to line my lips with a lip liner with a shade close to my lip color. Next, I'm using a nude color to neutralize my lips. And on top of it, I'm using a nice nude pink lip cream. And right after that, I'm just going to blot with a tissue and repeat the process so the lipstick will last and transfer proof. And we're finished! I think this look is very natural, very classic, and I think it could go well in different types of faces. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and see you on my next video.